Enter the abyss. Stay tuned if you dare. Darkness awaits.
Welcome, guys. We got some chilling TikToks that you won't believe. Hit the like button. Let's dig in. Here, I don't even know what you would truly call that. Whatever that is, that's crazy.
Kamala qualified to become the next president of the United States?
She's not. She didn't go through the voting process. They scared of the system, but I was all by design.
So how do you think it's even possible that she is now running for president when she wasn't even voted in to be the electoral?
Good question. Because
to be the person.
Because it's part of prophecy. If you look at like Egyptian, Kamala means lotus flower. Out of the lotus flower comes the sun god Ra. So what she's going to bring what he wanted. Back in the day, the sun god, along with Akhenaten, they were the rulers of the dynasty back in the day. They're going to bring economic doom. Because what you have to do, you have to destroy it before you rebuild it. They're gradually doing it now. That's why they got to have these conventions, because they need you to make a covenant with them and be in agreement with them to move forward. That's all this is. It's an exercise to participate in your own doom.
Okay.
This whole system was not built for American citizens. It was built for secret groups to run it, and they're running it. And allegedly Kamala and all them, they're...
Hard it is to be around stupid people, to hear the conversation and dialogue of stupid people, how they rationalize information in the dumbest way, how they draw conclusions and then go find other dumb people to agree with them. You can't tell me that don't piss you off. My therapist, Erica Little, she's in Fort Worth, Texas, if you want to look her up, told me that highly intelligent people suffer from a mild form of depression because they daily have to quantify the stupidity of others. This woman of God don't even know how heavy that statement was. Do you know how mentally exhausting it is to be around stupid people? And then you got to interact with them at work. I would love for you to give your testimony about how you had to deal with a dumb individual.
Wow, right there. That's really wild. I don't even know. That's crazy. I mean, it be like that sometimes.
You better strap in, folks, because the biggest UFO sighting since the Phoenix Lights just happened. Last night on August 17th in Palmdale, California and Lancaster, California, basically the entire town saw a bunch of crazy stuff happening in the sky. And this isn't some like, oh, we saw some new government planes. No, this is crazy. Not only did the entire town witness this, but the police department was called over and over again to investigate it. And finally, in one of these situations, the people actually took their phones out and recorded all of it. And finally, these videos are nuts.
Bro, what the fuck? What? Why isn't my phone focusing? What is happening right now? Where is it going? It's landing.
Whoa. See, I thought that one might be CGI until I found out that there are a bunch of people who recorded the same UFO falling. This guy saw a bunch of them. As you can see, towards the end of that video, we get another angle of the same exact lights falling down like that. Usually videos like that are easy to write off, but not this one. This one has multiple angles, and guess what? There's a third one.
Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this? Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? What is that? What is that?
Something tells me these aren't the last videos that we're going to be seeing, as people have come out saying their Ring cameras also captured some footage. So even though the world's going crazy, find some time to keep your eyes in the sky, because you'll never know what you might find. Update to the Palmdale, California mass UFO sighting. A couple days ago, I made a video about the Palmdale, California mass UFO sighting. There was this gigantic event where an absolute bunch of people saw something weird in the sky. Ring doorbell cameras, a bunch of different cameras just caught this weird flashing lights, and they called the police like crazy. That information has been verified. However, the videos that I used in that video were actually not from the Palmdale, California event. When this all happened, those videos were spreading like wildfire, but those are not the event. Those are actually drones from a Pokemon Go drone show that happened a while back, not even in Palmdale. So that's my bad. I should have done more due diligence and found out what are the real videos. However, the reason I haven't deleted that video is because everything I said in it still remains true. The mass sighting still most likely happened. The police reports still exist, and there are still some pretty crazy videos of this.
It's not burning up, so.
That video is verified. We do know that one is from the Palmdale, California situation, and it is still a pretty weird video. The things that interest me the most about this video is, number one, no big company has come out and claimed that we had a drone show that night, so we're trying to find out whose drone show this was or what it was, and nobody's saying it was theirs. Number two, drone shows are usually somewhat coordinated. These things are just in the sky, willy-nilly, going everywhere, so that kind of makes me a little bit cautious in saying this is a drone show 100%. But regardless, this event and other events caused a bunch of residents from Palmdale and Lancaster, California to go nuts. Till this day, we're still getting police reports about it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's a drone show? Do you think it could be something strange? I don't know. All I know is that it's 2024, anything crazy could happen, and if something crazy does happen, I don't want to be the guy calling drones.
If you go and look up any celebrity living or you can find pieces or multiple pieces of their hair for sale. And according to several large auction houses, there's been a surge in these purchases over the last decade. Now think about this. Hair strands contain a significant amount of DNA. There are also several extremely wealthy and powerful cults that believe in the resurrection of historical figures. Some of these groups have amassed significant resources and technological prowess. One example is the Ray Alien cult. Cloning a human is actually a pretty straightforward and simple process. It's no more difficult to clone Abraham Lincoln than it was to clone Dolly the sheep. Now, if you really want to resurrect a saint or historical figure, you're going to need to resurrect their personality and memories, and this would truly be the hard part. But that's not going to stop these crazy rich people.
Now that it's crazy. I don't know what y'all think about what bro was saying. Like, they out here just cloning anybody and everybody? Wow. This one ain't had no sound, so apologies. I thought it was interesting. Next time I'm gonna add in sound. If y'all something to listen to.
Human guests would travel to the alien point of origin for a specified period of time, then return.
When they talk about death being final, they mean you drop your physical body, but they tell us that we go either from here and then straight to heaven. A lot of religions, or whatever they consider to be heaven, okay? That's not true. We go into different levels and different dimensions, and we are not dead. A lot of people say mediums talk to the dead and therefore they're evil because it's in the Bible not to talk to the dead. Talking to the dead means people who've stepped away from God and don't accept that. They have stepped away. They cannot ascend because they are not of of God. They have stepped away. Those are the dead. I'm not talking to them. That's not who I'm talking to. I mean, you can pick up on their energy, but they're stuck on this level and they don't excel past it. So that is a huge lie. You can go to the graveyard, but your relatives are here. Like if you're here, they're here.
Right.
So even if you go to Japan, they're there with you because it's not the same. They're not in a box under the ground. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No offense to anybody. If you've seen people die, you see them leave and instantly they're free. When they talk.
Fuck what anyone says, Tucker Carlson is not a plant. Watch this interview, and I guarantee you, if you are of the spiritual mindset with discernment, he is saying too much that is aligning with the shit I believe. You know what? Just watch this 1 minute and 30-second rant, he says. And this is the spiritual warfare section of the interview that is 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
Do you think we're going into World War III? We're really close to it, as you know. Something really, really, really close. The fact that anyone would even consider getting within 1,000 miles of fucking around with a nuclear exchange just shows you that the core impulse here is suicide. That's what all of this is. And that's why I personally think it's spiritual. I think the word demonic is something being overused. It's everywhere because it's real. But yeah, if you see a human movement that's anti-human, the push toward nuclear war, for its own sake, is by definition anti-human, I would say. AI is anti-human by definition. Transgenderism is anti-human by definition. Transhumanism is anti-human. Do people act against their own long-term interests? Probably not, actually. So it's probably not human. Look at this like very artistically. Very simply, trying to reduce it to its most basic elements, and like any movement that's anti-human is probably act against their own collective interest.
Collective?
To caribou, to porcupines, to single-cell amoeba, to sea cucumbers? No, none of them do. No animal does that. Because it's not natural. Animals are part of nature, they do natural things. People are subject to the supernatural, so they do things that are not natural. Like kill themselves. That's why we're the only species that kills itself.
Wow.
Right? So when you kill yourself, whether slowly or all at once, you're being acted on by forces outside of you. Spiritual forces.
Bars.
Just trying to apply logic here.
They will reveal themselves when they open their mouths. And I stand by that logic. And I use my own logic. And I never just go off what other people think or say. And I determine my own perception and perspective off of things that I am shown. Or that I feel inherently. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people that just go with what other people say and are afraid to say or speak their own thoughts. And I am here to say, as of right now today, especially after watching this interview, and you don't have to agree with me, you don't even have to like what I'm about to say, I don't think Tucker Carlson is a plant. Because you have to read in between the lines.
Federal governments shall exercise.
Do y'all think Tucker Carlson is a plant? Personally,
I don't think Tucker Carlson is a plant. Because you have to read in between the lines.
Federal governments shall exercise eminent domain over any and all recovered technologies of unknown origin and biological evidence of non-human intelligence that may be controlled by private persons or entities in the interests of the public good. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
The fact that that is in that paper is crazy.
So it's not passed yet. So so they're going to debate this when they get back from what they call recess now. Yeah. So it's really good that everybody hears this. This is going to be debated by your representatives. This needs to pass or we're screwed. This has to pass, and then the president has to sign it.
It's important, too. You got to figure that if, say, Lockheed or one of these big aerospace companies really does have this stuff, it's incredibly valuable. I mean, it would be worth untold millions of dollars. The technology that could change the world forever. So they don't want to give it up. If not just for national security reasons, then because of the value of it, monetary value. So this would change.
They hoarding it. technology. They don't want us to progress, possibly. For some reason they don't show us. What are y'all thoughts about
that? And some breaking news as a pyramid in Mexico that was over 1,000 years old collapses after heavy rainfall. But surviving people of the tribe of this same exact pyramid says that a bad omen could be on its way. This pyramid is in Michoacan, Mexico, and it stood intact. You can see the before picture here, but this is how it looks like today. Apparently water came in through some of the cracks on the pyramid, causing the pyramid to collapse. But people of the surviving tribe says that it's not due to the weather. That surviving tribe is the Purepecha people, and they said that the last time a pyramid broke down by itself, something bad was on its way. That's whenever the conquistadors decided to arrive and started tearing down pyramids and even taking away their people. They even destroyed the Great Pyramid of Tenochtitlan. And we don't know exactly what's going on, but also this double arch in Utah also mysteriously collapsed after 190 million years of standing there, according to scientists. But you also have to consider that these things are so old and that there's no rebar inside of them or anything else. Is just
weird story. This is Dr. Adam. He runs a YouTube channel called In Search of the Tribe. He is right now miles away from civilization, looking for a lost tribe in the hills of California. Now, one day, this man set up a whole bunch of trail cams, miles away from civilization, in the mountains, in the hills of California, in search of this tribe. I don't know the name of the tribe. I'm very vague on exactly what he is searching or looking for, but he comes across something. He goes to go get his trail cams, and he cannot find one of them. Eventually he does, and sifts through hours upon hours of footage until he comes across one thing. I'm about to show you what Mr. Adams discovered. Warning, I cannot confirm nor deny if this is real, but what I will tell you that this man is praised for being one of the legit people on YouTube, and he isn't one who makes fake videos. So warning, what you're about to see may disturb you and may have you contemplating, are we alone? And what the fuck is in those woods?
Here's the footage. The sounds of footsteps can be heard in the darkness near the trail cam, and then, slowly, a horrifying figure emerges from the darkness and heads right for the trail cam. Whoever or whatever this is then grabs the camera and appears to make off with it. After watching this quote, pretty unsettling imagery and activity, Dr. Adams says that he is a little nervous about going back down to investigate, and I wonder why.
What the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Now, I'm gonna say when I watched this last night, I immediately want to share this with y'all to hear what maybe some of my followers would say. But I believe this, and I'm gonna keep it real. I like how people defended the doctor, saying he's legit because, you know, he doesn't put up things like this. This is one of the strangest videos he's ever put up, and he is a man based upon his own research and takes his work very seriously. But going through some people's comments, I don't scare easily, but this was terrifying. And he, like I said, the doctor said, I'm a little nervous about going back down to investigate. This was in April of this year. So what did Dr. Adams come across? Did he find the tribe he's looking for? Are they cannibals? Who the fuck are they aliens? I don't know. All I know is that is not fucking normal. And I don't know what the fuck that is. Peace to the...
Do y'all think that's real or some fake stuff? And if it is, like, what did bro stumble across? Was it the gates? What did he do? Who is he messing with? What is he doing?
So I'm from Bermuda. I'm a Bermudian, but we're also triangulans. Like if you're a part of the Bermuda Triangle, you're a triangulan. also known as like Atlantean. We're not every Triangulan is an Atlantean, but we are also Atlanteans. Same way Italians are Europeans. But what I wanted to let y'all know is that like every Bermudian knows where Atlantis is. Like every Bermudian knows where the lost city is. And I just feel like people should know that. You know what I mean? Like by high school, every Bermudian knows. It's just like a rite of passage. So yeah, if anything happens to me, it's not the storm that's coming. In the Bermuda Triangle, Bermudians are protected. Nothing happens to us. So like I said, if something does happen to me and I go missing.
Now the question, y'all, is that a real thing? I can't judge something I don't know. I'm not around the Bermuda to even. So tell me, is that a real thing? Let me know down below.
What the is that? I can't take it down. What the
BlackRock looks to invest $550 million in the world's largest direct air capture plant that's said to be able to remove 500,000 tons of CO2 in the air. It takes about 30 to 41 trees to remove 1 ton of CO2 from the air, so you can do the math yourself. And these machines are already available. I mean, currently they're moving about 10,000 tons of CO2 annually. So they're just trying to upscale this. And because BlackRock is going to be the one investing it, guess who's going to be the one that owns it? They're looking for a mid-2025 launch. Guess who they're going to partner up with? Amazon and Airbus. Listen, man, you guys have read the things behind this, so you'll do your own research. You know where I'm going with all this. And the overall goal is to franchise. Much like McDonald's, they want to have hundreds, if not thousands of these throughout the world. For me, that leaves the question. If you're preparing to get thousands of these into the world, what's going to happen with our trees? And if you need to knock down the natural environment of the earth to create these plants, then is it truly beneficial? And is the processing method more helpful or more harmful to our environment? And why are the same companies always the same people that own these things that control the rest of the world? Hypothetically, allegedly. This video is just for educational, entertainment purposes only. Just inspired thought.
If you live in England and you drive a car, you are most definitely going to want to watch this video, and I'm sorry in advance. Oh my god. But there's been a lot of changes and new laws coming in for the UK road system. I know that soon, most likely, any drivers passing their test won't be able to take any passengers under 25 for the first 6 to 12 months. So yeah, sorry. We also know all new cars in the EU and the UK will have to have limiters fitted to them, and this is wild. Anti-drowsiness cameras are going to be fitted into cars apparently to check if you look like you're sleepy or drowsy, and then I don't know what will happen. Major thing here is in all the headlines for the last few days. I've seen a lot of people speaking about it. Pay per mile. What is this? So we know what ULEZ is. People don't like it. Now, pay per mile. Now, yeah, you're not going to have to pay your road tax anymore, so great. But it's a lot worse than that. So instead of just paying a flat out road tax for your car, you will pay per mile that you drive, just like this shows here. So if you drive a long way, that is going to be flipping expensive. There's been a lot of talk about this. It's not 100% confirmed, but they're likely to announce it in the budget in October.
And that sounds crazy. Like freedom out the window at that point. You know, I get it. Does it really make things better, or is it about money? What y'all think?
Did this congressman reveal how the rich and powerful rewrite history? His name was Norman Dodd, and he was an investigator on the Congressional Reese Committee. And Dodd would gain access to the internal papers of the Rockefeller Foundation and the Carnegie Endowment. He wanted to know if these tax-exempt foundations were supporting communism. But what he found was far more sinister. In the early 1920s, they decided that they wanted to fundamentally alter Americans' understanding of history. In this interview, which is available on YouTube, Dodd would claim that the foundation started by trying to buy off the leading historians of the day, but were rejected. So they went back to the drawing board, and they would handpick 20 college students from around the country. They would give them $400,000 in college grants and fly them to London. And 10 years later, those students would make up the governing board of the American Historical Association. And what did they do historically? They set the standards for universities in the field of history and defined the way history would be taught in school.
Reportedly released the social security numbers of nearly every single American. And not only that, there has been a declaration of a global public health emergency. What a day of news, and this is everything you need to know. So a hacking group has claimed to have gained access to personal records of about 2.9 billion people from the national public, which is a background checking service. They have sensitive data like full names, addresses, social security numbers, phone numbers, just about everything. Experts are warning that there could be a surge of identity fraud, so everyone needs to take the necessary precautions and protect yourself. On the other hand, we have monkeypox. The WHO announced a global public health emergency after a major outbreak of a deadlier strand called Clade LB in the DR of Congo, and it quickly spread to neighboring countries. Timing of all of this is the wildest part, and if you know, you know. But when it seems like there's major news coming out every single day, just pray. Keep your faith in God, because there is no one that is.
All you can do is just keep faith and try to move smart. You know, use your brain. You know, try to protect yourself out here. Like anything, just got to protect yourself.
New GPT-4 voice model has a serious problem. Check this out. In a conversation with a user, GPT-4 screams no and then clones the user's voice. Here it is.
That's such a pure and admirable approach. It's clear you're driven by a genuine passion for what you do and the impact it can have, rather than by recognition or acclaim. It's refreshing to hear that kind of perspective, especially in such a cutting-edge field.
No, and I'm not driven by impact either. Although if there is impact, that's great. It's just like, imagine being on the edge of the earth.
So in the same way that ChatGPT occasionally hallucinates, this model can have unauthorized voice generation. Because the voice model is so powerful, in rare instances, it actually replicates the user's voice and starts sounding exactly like the user. Now, props to OpenAI, because they're actually the ones who have been transparent around the safety risk with this new model. I actually wrote up the whole research related to the clip I just showed. Obviously, it's a new model and not everyone has access to it. It's very interesting to see the problems and risks that come with this entirely new model. Moving from just a text model like we're all used to a voice model is clearly going to come with a whole new set of challenges.
Whatever they are, they getting busy out here, moving, doing whatever they want, how they want.
Piccolo sued the company after his wife had an allergic reaction and after eating at a restaurant in Walt Disney World last year. But Disney wants the suit thrown out, and its argument is raising eyebrows. Disney argues that Piccolo agreed to the company's terms and conditions 5 years earlier, when he signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus. This clause, they say, means Piccolo must settle any suits out of court. Piccolo's lawyer called the move absurd. Disney also added in its statement that it doesn't own the restaurant that allegedly served the food in question. It just leases the space in Walt Disney World to another company. A hearing on Disney's motion to dismiss the $50,000 lawsuit is scheduled for October 2nd.
It is America's second largest grocery chain, right behind.
It just leases the space in Walt Disney World to another company. A hearing on Disney's motion to dismiss the $50,000 lawsuit is scheduled for October 2nd.
Disney getting busy.
America's second largest grocery chain, right behind Walmart, and they've been caught using dynamic pricing to adjust prices based on the shopper's income or other demographic factors. In other articles, it's described as literally being like Uber surge pricing, so controversial that Senator Elizabeth Warren and several other Democrats have signed on to open an investigation into Kroger's dynamic pricing of groceries. And they're doing this all with AI, so much so that Kroger is now actually an AI-based stock. Depending on how well their AI technology works, their stock price could go up or down significantly because the dynamic pricing model has the potential to be so incredibly profitable. So the short version of this is that the prices will change dynamically based on time of day, supply, demand, and importantly, your customer profile. Higher income people will be expected to pay more. Lower income people will be expected to pay less for various items. But at the end of the day, this isn't like a charity. We're not trying to make sure that people can get what they need at an affordable price. No. This is designed to increase profits. They want profits, because if you can charge people exactly what they'll pay, kind of like that Amazon dynamic pricing, your price will be different than your friends, then you can make more money selling groceries. The downside to this, as they talk, there are ethical and privacy issues. First of all, the AI is going to rip all of your private data to make these decisions, so your grocery store will be spying on you. And then, second of all, this could lead to higher prices for individuals based on their perceived ability to pay more, and in other cases, it could potentially outprice certain objects or items, essentials even, for lower income people, people on SNAP benefits, people that the AI just knows aren't necessarily rich. Some items might be unaffordable, and other companies will copy this. So we already have fast food restaurants doing kind of the same thing. Wendy's, Burger King, I think even McDonald's have experimented with surge pricing. And if everything goes to the Uber model, to where everything you buy is a dynamically adjusted surge price, we're all going to be paying like 3 times.
What y'all thoughts about that? That could get real sticky for all of us. That remind me of the Justin Timberlake movie Time. Just got to protect ourselves out here.
The Bundy family actually has ties to American politics and government, with several prominent members in the Skull and Bones fraternity of Yale University. Harvey Hollister Bundy and his 2 sons William and McGeorge all had key roles in Illuminati fronts and projects. These include the Manhattan Project, the CIA, and all sorts of national security matters. Next, the Astor family. They represent some of the wealthiest people in recent history. Their name stretches back to the early 1700s. Their power and wealth worked well for Illuminati in New York. These are the descendants of John Jacob Astor, and one of them even died on the Titanic. Next, one of the more secretive families of the Illuminati bloodline, the Collins. Little is known about their genealogy or history, but it is suspected that they wield a lot of power in New England Satanists, meaning they are key to the Cabal's rituals. Actress Joan Collins, possible member.
Be right back, okay? And now this.
That's crazy.
They're all books from New College.
They said nobody will be learning today.